They do Thunder Wave my Zacian. Okay. If Diggersby's... Oh, Diggersby's going to have to carry here. YouTube, today we're trying out a brand new team, and this team was brought to the Japan National Championship, and someone brought a Diggersby team. Now it got top 80 out of 150 players. I think it went even on 3-3 Swiss rounds if I am correct here, but it's just really interesting. We've seen a few Diggersbys here and there, and I remember being impressed the last time I used it. So let's see if it still holds up. But if you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, really does help me out. If you want to check out the details of the team and the creator down below in the description, and you can grab the rental code on your screen right here. But let's get started and play some games. Kyogre, Regieleki, Whimsicott, Indeedee, Calyx, Shadow Rider, Kartana. Okay, a pretty hyper offensive team. We do have a Torn, but it doesn't really help us here, unfortunately. What does help us is my Thundurus, but this is kind of an awkward game. This is actually a really awkward game because I actually can't tell what they are going to exactly bring here. I think it's probably a Whimsicott lead. I don't know what they're leading with Whimsicott though. I think it's maybe Eleki. If they lead Eleki, I'm actually in a really good spot. Zacian, I mean, I feel like Kyogre is just not a great mon here unless I plan to Dynamax it, but I don't think I'm Dynamaxing it in this game. I think I always bring a Torn here. I think I bring Torn Thundurus or Torn... I think it's Torn Thundurus. Or it's Torn plus the Diggersby here. I'm considering Diggersby lead. It's actually not that bad against my opponent's team, but I'm gonna go with Torn, I think, plus the Thundurus lead. Have Diggersby in the back, and then afterward Kyogre as my last one. No, Zacian 100%. Kyogre just does not do well here unless I Dynamax it, and I can't really Dynamax it if I plan on Dynamaxing Thundurus. Shedinja could be broad here, yet I don't really like it too much. The Kartana probably has Aerial Ace. The Calyx Shadow Rider, if they bring the Psychic Terrain, which I don't think they're bringing Indeedee as this matchup, they could, but I just don't really like it. And if the Kyogre does Dynamax and goes for the Hailstorm, that could be awkward. So let's see how this matchup's going to go. I think overall, if they do lead their Eleki, I think I'm in an okay spot with Diggersby as a switch, but we'll see how that goes. We will really see how that goes. It's going to be the Eleki. This is Eleki Whimsicott. I should have called it. I should have just hard read it. I had a gut feeling, but I went to mid ground in case to let Kyogre for some reason. Okay. I lead the double Genie here. And oh, I guess we're going to match Tailwinds here, and we're going to go out into our Diggersby here for our Thundurus. Worst case is if they taunt Lightning, I guess my Torn, or just taunt Thunderbolt, but I don't think they're going to make that play. They're probably going to respect the Thundurus here, but I don't know. We'll see. We're going to see Tailwind. This could just be Thunderbolt here. It looks like that's what's going to be the case here. All right, so Tailwind here from my Torn. It's going to be a Thunderbolt. Oh, they did just Thunderbolt. They didn't Dynamax, actually, which is kind of crazy to me, but that works out beautifully for me. Okay, I'm going to go for the Scary Face here into the Eleki slot. I'm going to go for an Earthquake here. Do I want to go for that? I could also just target down the Whimsicott slot. The thing is that they have Airstream. They could be trying to go for an Airstream Energy Ball combination. So I'd rather just go for the Scary Face plus an Earthquake right here. Okay, nice. They actually just stayed in attack. They didn't Dynamax at all. That actually works out huge for me. Okay, we got Scary Face off. We're going to see Moonblast come out. Okay, perfect. They didn't run Energy Ball. They target the Torn in case I was Focus Sash Torn. Okay, a big Earthquake coming out. I don't know if the Whimsicott should run Sash on this team, I want to say. A big Diggersby going to KO the Eleki here. That's actually pretty big, and Diggersby is actually kind of ironically good against my opponent's team. It's immune to the Calyrex Ghost move, Astral Barrage, so that's actually pretty big. Let's see, Kyogre probably coming in here, or Kartana. Kartana works too. Okay. Wait, if it's Kartana, can I Airstream? I don't want to Dynamax the Torn though. Dynamaxing the Torn seems not great. I think I'd rather just Scary Face the Kartana. Scary Face the Kartana, go for a Earthquake once again. Yeah, because I put the Whimsicott in quick attack range afterward, and I get decent damage on the Kartana. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So we're probably going to see a Dynamax from Kartana. This is fine. If they go for a Taunt, it's not too bad on my Torn. I don't know if they're going to go for Taunt or not. We'll see. I still get a big Earthquake off, and then I quick attack the Falling Turn, and I could even Dynamax my Torn to Falling Turn if I really need to, because it's down to the last 2 Pokemon right here. But we'll see. We're going to see a Taunt. Okay, makes sense. I could have probably went for the Icy Wind, but wasn't risking a Moonblast there. I mean, I guess I could have just Icy Winded. It was pretty safe. We're going to see a Max Knuckle. Okay, this could get a little bit scary. They target my Diggersby, but I do live with a Focus Sash, which is pretty big here. Okay. I didn't go for an Airstream though, so my speed advantage is still pretty high up there. And then I see win this Kartana on the last turn, and I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. So we get the Earthquake off, big damage into the Kartana. I do have to hit an Icy Window most likely here. It should be a Soul Vest on the Kartana, I would imagine. Quick Attack should finish off the Whimsicott here. We're going to go for the Icy Wind 100%. We're going to go for the Quick Attack here. And unless they're like really crazy and switch out the Whimsicott here, I should be fine. I do get the Quick Attack off, beautiful. So I think they went for a Moonblast. I do KO the Whimsicott, which is nice here, and I do get the Icy Wind off into the Kartana. Yep, I land perfect. Nice. Okay, really good land there. All right, and they're gonna go for a Airstream into my Torn. No, they went for Diggersby. Ooh, that's actually really good for me. That's really good for me. Okay, is it actually? It should be fine. It's a +2 Kartana. That's actually a little bit scary, but overall it should be okay. Tailwind peters out for both sides. I think I go Thunderous here always, because crits, if it's Calyx in the back, crits Specs Astral Barrage is way too much. Like way too much. If it's Kyurem, will put on a lot of pressure too. Gonna be the Calyx. Yeah, no surprise there. Okay, as I do bring out the Thunderous. I think this is true. I guess this could get a little bit awkward. If Torn lifts Specs Astral Barrage, this would be really nice, but I don't think it does. It's the last turn of Taunt. I might have to risk a crit. I think I do have to risk a crit. I think I do. I think I have to go Zacian here for this slot, and I think I have to go for the Darkness here. Should be Sash Whimsicott. I think it's Specs on the Calyx. I think what this play allows me to do is I get Tailwind up the following turn. That's pretty big for my Zacian, as long as we live the Astral Barrage, or if they doubled up my Torn slot, it's fine. Like I probably win off that, but we'll see here. I hope I didn't mess this end game up, but yeah, I'm probably gonna have to actually risk a crit here, which isn't great, but definitely manageable. We will Dynamax our Thunderous right here and go for that Darkness KO into what I'm assuming is the Specs Calyx usually on this team. Like I don't really see this unless this is like some kind of crazy tech from the Calyx. I should be fine. Astral Barrage has come out. That is, I want to say that's Specs. I'm like pretty sure. Next Darkness comes out. I do KO the Calyx. Beautiful. Okay. That should secure the game then, because I have a Torn with Tailwind in the back. If they pick up a knockout into either slot, and yeah, like I don't think I should be able to lose at this point, especially with their Dynamax almost over. They go for a Steel Spike into the Thunderous slot actually, which doesn't even pick up a knockout. Okay, so I actually didn't even risk a crit right there, or I guess I risked a crit on a Zacian, but either way I think it would have been fine. Yeah, because Thunderous living is actually pretty big, but yeah, the Kartana Dynamax is over. We go for a simple Airstream here. Do we even Airstream? They don't even have Tailwind. Actually, no, I just outspeed and win, right? Because I Icy Wind and I forgot they never Airstreamed again. So yeah, I just win now. I just click Sacred Sword and I click Max Airstream, I suppose. I Airstream in case there's Scarf, I guess. But yeah, the battle's forfeited. Ooh, could have let Diggersby turn 1. I was actually surprised they didn't Dynamax the Eleki, but I guess they maybe want to beat a Dynamax and just get some attacks off and then go for the Kartana endgame. But thankfully the big Diggersby actually really came in clutch, switching in, which was really important. The quick attack earthquake damage was really important right there, and yeah, it was pretty big. Blizzard, Kyogre, Life Orb on the Eleki. It's Thunderbolt, Bounce, Electro, Protect. We have Focus Sash on the Whimsicott, which I'm not too surprised about. When I saw it, we saw the Psychic Surge on the Indeedee. The Choice Specs Calyx, which I'm not too surprised. It actually did a lot less than I was expecting, because it's not max special attack, I think. That's not max special attack, I think. And it's not HP, so I'm actually kind of curious. Doesn't look like it. Are they just missing special attack or something? Because I don't know. I feel like the number should be higher. But Kartana, very fast, but overall, yeah, we were just able to, I think, push the advantage with Diggersby. We set up, I think, for a, as long as we didn't get crit end game, but I think even if I got crit there, like I just tailwind with Torn. I didn't even have to tailwind with Torn actually, because they didn't air stream, they knuckled the first time, so I think I just had to hit a move at that point with Torn. I'm pretty sure like that was probably the end game, or maybe even just 2 moves with Torn, or like 1 out of 2, but otherwise I think I had a pretty good start. For the most part, the scary face coming in clutch. I guess I could have icy winded that 1 turn. I think icy winding over the scary face on that extra turn was a little bit greedy and unnecessary, especially since I lived Moonblast anyway, but it ended up working out well. Groudon, Lunala, Charizard, Grimmsnarl, and Incineroar, Venusaur. Okay, this matchup, this could be interesting. We have a few combinations that could actually go really well or really poorly here. I think do I want to go Thunder's Diggersby? I kind of do want to go Thunder's Diggersby. It's actually not that bad against my post team. I feel like Shed could put in some work, but the fact that I'm Sash, not Sash, I'm Safety Goggles actually is worse in this matchup, because even though I could avoid a Rockfall from Groudon, there's Wildfire, there's Vine Lash, and the Lunala Moongeist Beam is always a threat alongside all the coverage moves my opponent has, so it's not exactly a safe option. I'd probably go with like Thunderous plus the Diggersby here, I think, for the most part. I think it's a pretty solid option. And then have like Zacian plus Kyogre in the back. The thing is, I'm not Dynamaxing the Kyogre. This could get like a really weird game. It's the problem with life for Kyogre is because if it takes damage early on and you don't Dynamax it, it's a really weak option later on, but we'll see how it goes. I think I need Kyogre. I need Water Spout for sure to threaten this team. I like the Diggersby just generally here because Earthquake and Stone Edge are actually pretty nice here. I can even get a quick attack onto the Venusaur, for instance, which actually could be like really nice here. Depending on if I need it. I have Foul Play for the Lunala, the Groudon, which is pretty solid. Earthquake does a huge chunk to my opponent's team. We'll see, because this is definitely not an easy game by far, because there are a lot of good defensive tools that my opponent does have, and that could prevent me from picking up quick knockouts, and my team is decently frail, especially the Diggersby and Kyogre. So we'll see if we are able to pull through. Let's find out what they're leading. It's going to be the Incineroar, Venusaur. Okay. So this is pretty nice because I do have a Thunderous lead, so they didn't respect the Thunderous here, looks like, but that works out huge for me. I actually don't want to Dynamax my Thunderous at all. I think I just want to fly here, and I want to go for the Earthquake. That's probably the play here. They're probably just going to go Groudon and click Sleep Powder, right? That's probably their option. Like, I don't blame them for going for it, but yeah, like, I think that's like what they're gonna do. I don't see a way I play around that because I can't switch out or anything. I might as well just Earthquake and go for the fly here. And then I guess oh, that's annoying. I have to go for the turn 1 Wake the following turn. I don't think they ever click Fake Out. They should always go Groudon here. They should always go Groudon here. I'm gonna Earthquake and fly. They should switch out to Groudon. Yep, and Sleep Powder. This is basically how it goes here. So Groudon gonna come out. If they miss, it's actually kind of weird because I actually if they miss, then it's kind of a strange next couple turns, but it's okay. They did go for the Sleep Powder. I mean, at least on the bright side, I did get a big Earthquake in the fact that they didn't get a Gigantamax off with their Venusaur, which is actually kind of nice here. So the Thunder stays asleep here. I am able to get a huge Earthquake off into both of my opponent's Pokemon right here. I just hope I don't get Sleep Powdered into Oblivion right here. Good damage on both. Okay. Now we can go for a lot of options. I don't want to Dynamax. The thing is, if I don't tar down the Venusaur, it's a little bit scary. But I do have a Kyogre, I guess, that can still pull through a lot of work in the end game. I want to go for a... what do I want to go for here? Quick Break, not really helpful. I could Foul Play, which might help. But I guess I could Foul Play the Groudon and go for the Earthquake again. Yeah, that's not really that bad of a play. Let's see if they Sleep Powder or Frenzy Plants the thing. They're going to Dynamax here, actually. Okay. So who are they Dynamaxing? Venusaur? Oh, I guess this could be Venusaur. I mean, they got chipped onto Groudon, and then Zacian can come in next to Kyogre. I guess I have a few tools, and the Venusaur's taking a lot of chip to where it should be in range of Behemoth Blade, even that neutral attack. So it's not terrible, but obviously not ideal lead-wise. We are going to see the Vine Lash come out. This is probably turning down my Diggersby. Yep, Diggersby. But I do have that Focus Sash, which is pretty clutch here. Let's find out if we are able to get an attack off here, because that'd be really nice if we can with the Thunderous. We say sleep, unfortunate. Okay, and we're gonna see the Earthquake come out. We get even more chip, which is beautiful here. So big damage into both my opponent's Pokemon. They're in range of Water Spout. Rock Slide, Thunder Dodge, nice. Oh wait, no, that's the Diggersby that dodge. God dang it. Okay. So that's kind of annoying, but all right. At least they can't sleep powder me anymore, but that's also a concern. I guess I'm gonna go into Kyogre here. Should I go Zacian? I think it's Kyogre here. I think it's Kyogre, and then the upcoming turns are going to be a little bit awkward, but I kind of have to Dynamax to Ogre, don't I? A little bit unfortunate, but yeah, I think I have to Dynamax the Ogre. Unless I think their Venusaur is slow, which it could be, because weakness policy on the slow variants have been a thing in the past. I want to risk that though. Like, Water Spout probably KOs the Venusaur at this range, but that is like a lot of risk right here potentially. I think I kind of want to go for it. I feel like I have to. I feel like I have to. You know what? I will go for it. I'm gonna risk Water Spout here. Let's see. They could also Max Guard, and Groudon switches out to Incin. I could definitely see that as a play, because their probably line of logic here is that I send in Kyogre being faster, so they're probably gonna just try to get the sun back up. We do see the Incineroar coming out here. If this is a Max Guard, this is actually really nice, because I get the Incineroar for free, and then I can max the following turn. Which is pretty big here. So another Intimidate into the Thunderous. Actually, wait, does that allow me to KO the Venusaur? It does. That'd be really funny. Let's see. I doubt it, but we'll see. They did Max Guard. Okay, perfect. Okay, really good, really good, really good. Okay, and we do wake up, which is how helpful? Maybe it's helpful. It could be. A Water Spout is going to come out, knock out the Incineroar right here. So Incineroar does go down. Okay. Am I that scared of the Venusaur? I mean, it comes down to the last Pokemon. Probably Lunala, I want to say. Vine Lash probably doesn't KO the Thundurus here. Yeah, Thundurus does survive barely, which is good. Kyogre should live one Vine Lash. Vine Lash into Blade still? Probably not. But this should be good right here. Like, this should be a pretty good setup, I think, for the end game. Groudon going to come back in, which is fine. I'm going to go for a... Life Orb Max Geyser should just KO the Groudon, right? I'm pretty sure it does. I'm like pretty confident it does. We're definitely Dynamax our Kyogre here. The question is, what am I doing with this Mon? I think I'm gonna go for a... I mean, the Kyogre should be faster than the Groudon, unless for some reason they changed the team immensely here. I'm gonna go for a Wild Charge, I guess, into the Venusaur slot, and I'm gonna go for a... Did I Hailstorm? The thing is, Hailstorm's doing a lot of damage with the Vine Lash combination to Zacian, but I could always change the wear to following turn. I guess I can just Life Orb Geyser anyway. I think I'm gonna Life Orb Geyser. They might switch out to Groudon though, which is a little bit concerning. Do they? Oh wait, actually no. I don't need the damage on Venusaur. I think I should have covered that. I should have foul played and Hailstormed the Groudon. The Groudon could protect here, but I guess one worrisome thing that could happen here, it was Lunala switching in for the Groudon slot to preserve the weather for Venusaur. So that I think I should probably try to cover, because I think that would have been game losing. Well, I could dodge the Sleep Powder, but okay, they did just protect here. That's actually really good for me. Okay. So Vine Lash going to come out into the Kyogre. I imagine we survive this. We do. This endgame's not pretty, but it's a runnable endgame. A Wild Charge does come out into Venusaur. Nice. And goodbye Thundurus right here, as we do go for the Geyser. Get the rain up. We're going to take Life Orb and Vine Lash Recoil, which is fine here. Next turn, we can Behemoth Blade, and we can go for a Geyser into the Groudon slot. And then it's just like, can we beat the Lunala, which I think is going to be the big question mark. With Zacian, I feel like it probably does, but after turn of Vine Lash, I'm not 100% sure. Does eat the Citrus Berry and the Groudon, which should go down to the Geyser to protect, I think, the following turn. We do go down to one more turn of Vine Lash plus a Life Orb hit, so that's not great here. All right, this is a close one. This is a nail biter one. All right. This is really, really... Also, if the Venusaur's protect, we're screwed, I think. Yeah, I think if the Venusaur has protect, we probably just lose. I think it's probably... Well, it's sleep powder, I think. Well, I actually have no clue. We Behemoth Blade, we Geyser here. Actually, if Behemoth Blade KOs the Groudon, because I have a lot of attack on the Zacian, right? I want to say I have a lot of attack. Oh, we're fast. I feel like the... Okay, if it has protect... Oh, I just don't know if it's timid max speed or not. Well, I gambled it before. I might as well gamble it now. I'm going to Behemoth Blade the Groudon, and I'm going to Geyser the Venusaur because... Actually, I should have Hailstormed here. They do switch out the Groudon into the Lunala. I imagine you make this play just based on the fact... Oh, you don't have protect. Well, as long as we're faster, we're fine, but that is not good here. I do Blade the Lunala. Oh, it's faster. Wait, it went for Leaf Storm though. Okay. Oh, that was not great. I made the plays based on them being potentially the bulkier Venusaur right there. This is probably a loss, I'd imagine, because I'm going to get sleep powdered. I can't do anything about it right now. I have to dodge. They should just attack. I don't think you should waste a turn with Lunala and risk me getting the Venusaur, risking the Groudon again. I think, yeah, because then it's like another 50-50 on top of that. So I would just attack with Lunala because then you get, even if you lose Lunala, you get Groudon in, and if you miss the sleep powder here, you get another chance to hit. I think I have to dodge 2 sleep powders here and get the KO on Groudon, which is possible. A Behemoth Blade is going to come out into the Lunala. Should pick up a knockout here. I guess I could have also went for Blades Miss, but I mean, I'd rather go for Sleep Powder Miss at this rate. Lunala does go down here. Okay, that's one. That's one. I need 2. I need 2. Oh, this could have been so avoidable if I just went for the Blade into the Venusaur and went for the Geyser into the Groudon. But... Well, it wasn't technically avoidable. I still have to play a 50-50 of like calling who protects or not. Because Groudon could have protect and then the Lunala could Trick Room, which was like the concern. Or a Moongeist Beam is also fair. Okay, good luck, Zacian. Unfortunate. Okay, okay. I think I probably got punished early on. My lead was probably okay, but it was like dealing with the Venusaur ended up being a little bit trickier. The Vine Lash immediately. I mean, I would still probably just go for the same couple of first turn plays. I would go for the Earthquake and Fly turn 1. And then afterward, then it got a little bit questionable. I got built up with, well, the damage early on. At least I called the Max Guard and I was able to get the Water Spout off, which I think was a pretty good one right there. And then maybe I should have taken the knock on the Venusaur with Hailstorm instead of the Groudon. I wasn't sure Groudon would protect. I guess I could have Hailstormed the Venusaur if I read the Groudon protect, because I had a suspicion it was Groudon probably switching out there or just protecting. But yeah, I think I could have made that call. I think it would have been pretty reasonable too, especially since Groudon was in range, I think, of Geyser or Hailstorm at that position. So, and yeah, that could have probably been my better play, and I do think that I could have called it. It wasn't a hard read there, I think, for the most part. Otherwise, the one mistake was, I guess, going for the it was max speed Venusaur after all. I was really hoping that it would be a slower Venusaur because it doesn't need to technically outspeed. I was thinking it was protect Venusaur potentially with like bulk right there with like the Screen's Grimmsnarl, and then I'd be able to outspeed Kyogre, hopefully KO the Venusaur, and then afterward I'd be able to like get the blade off onto the Groudon or the Lunala if it did come in at that point, because I need to break Shadow Shield regardless. But it did not work because I wanted to prevent the situation with protected Sleep Powder the following turn, because I think if Venusaur protected there, it was like a pretty awful position for me, but that's how it goes sometimes. Kyogre, Grimmsnarl, Zacian, Incineroar, Rillaboom, Thundurus. Okay, so the standard team accepts the Thundurus over the Zapdos, which could be easier, could be harder. I'm actually not too sure which one it is going to be here, but I do really like our Thundurus lead here. I actually think Thundurus is super solid. I think our Zacian's really solid. Kyogre could be, I'm not too sure. Torn is really nice, but yeah, it's a little bit tricky here. I do kind of like Thunderous Zacian lead. It really does hurt a lot against my opponent, so I kind of want to go with that. I think Shed in the back is correct. And then last Pokemon, because I do want to bring the Shed, and then last Pokemon's tough because I don't know what I want to bring here. Maybe Kyogre, just for like if I get into a position with Airstream Warspout, they target down the Zacian too heavily. I guess it does also punish the Incineroar and a few other things, but not sure. I could see myself bringing the it's just vulnerable to Grassy Glide. I guess I could bring the Diggersby instead. It does put on more pressure than the Kyogre with Earthquake, and I can Earthquake next to Thunderous or the Shed here. I think I'm gonna go for that. Although there is Rillaboom I do have to consider, but Torn isn't really helping out much with that position either, so not really sure what else I can do here. Let's just find out what they go for here. I guess one of the awkward parts is depending on their Thunderous set, because if their Thunderous doesn't have a Dark move, then I feel like it's really awkward for them to bring things that are actually good in the Shed here. So that's going to be really something we're going to have to look out for. And what are they leading? Because I don't know what they're leading. Kyogre plus Grim? Okay, Kyogre plus Grim. This is a pretty standard lead. I'm not too surprised about this. I do have an Assault Vest on my Thunderous here, which is actually pretty good. And we have a few things we could go for. I really like the idea of just Airstreaming the Kyogre immediately and going for the swap into the Shed, actually. Because even if they Hailstorm, it doesn't really change anything here. And yeah, I do kind of like that. I could also Brick Break here because this could be Reflect coming out, but I don't think it really buys me anything here. So I'm going to Lightning here turn 1. Actually, yeah, Lightning is probably better here. And just go hard in the Shed. Because they could be geysering the Zacian, or they could be geysering the Thunderous. Either way probably works out. And then next turn, I probably... the only question is what kind of Grimmsnarl this is. If this is the trick set, I'm a little bit annoyed right here, because I could lose my... I guess I could lose Thunderous turn 1 potentially. But... I mean, we kind of had to gamble stuff on this lead anyway, depending on their sets. If it was a Zapdos team, it'd be like a lot easier to probably read. But this the Thunderous changes like what the Grim could have. We will Dynamax our Thunderous right here. Hopefully we can get a Lightning off in the Kyogre and just, you know, do a lot of damage, or nuke it potentially right away here. That would be really nice. We'll find out, I suppose. Dynamax the Thunderous. Okay, and then I think next turn I want to Airstream, go back to Zacian if we're still around with the Thunderous. Let's see if they Dynamax the Kyogre or not. It is going to be Dynamax Kyogre. Okay. So that's pretty nice for me. The only problem is this Grimmsnarl, which I feel like is reflecting here, which is completely fine. We do reveal that their max is going to be on the Kyogre, and then next turn I feel like I just Airstream and I just Indoor. Yeah, I'd probably just Airstream Indoor. They're probably going to Hailstorm a slot. They do go for Reflect, not too surprising. I guess I could have just bladed the Grimmsnarl immediately. That would have actually been really nice if I was able to, but that's okay. Here comes the Lightning into the Kyogre, which is good damage. Yep, that's still pretty good damage. Okay, pretty nice here. And then let's see, what are they going for with their Kyogre? Who are they targeting? The Thunderous? They do target down the Thunderous. Unfortunate for me. Okay, so this is going to hurt quite a bit, but with the Assault Vest, we should take this okay. Yeah, we do take it okay. It's not great, but we do take it. Okay. Next turn. Probably an Airstream here into the Grimmsnarl here, and I kind of want to swap out maybe the Diggersby. I could Ally Switch too. Ally Switch isn't a bad play here. I kind of want to Ally Switch here. Ally Switch might be the play here, actually. You know what? I'm going to do it. If they go for a... I'll play double up into the Thunderous, is going to stink, but yeah, we'll just go with, I think it's probably a bulky Kyogre with Assault Vest at this point, since it wasn't a Life Orb set. I'm going to go for the 3-shot into the Kyogre. We're going to see the Grim switch out, so what's coming in? Going to be the Thunderous on their side. Okay, I'll take it. I wanted to read the Ally Switch though, because I don't know. That means Grim shouldn't have a move that touches the Shed, which is actually really good information to know. We will get a Max Lightning off into the Thunderous, into the Kyogre right here. So more damage. Could be close to a 2-shot right here. They geysered into, nice, the Shed. Okay, perfect. And then it's another read the following turn. So this is actually pretty good for me. I'm going to go out into my Zacian here. And I'm going to Airstream, I think. I'm going to Airstream the Kyogre, because then I think Airstreaming the Brick Break should pick up the knockout here, which would be really nice. I don't know what that Zacian is. Maybe it's Assault Vest and it has the Dark type move, so maybe foul play, but it's okay if it does. We will bring out the Zacian right here. I don't want to reveal my item yet. We are going to get an airstream up into the Kyogre. I think the lightning's a roll and it looks way too close for comfort, so I'd rather just get an airstream up for my Zacian in case of Thunder Waves later on. So the Thunder's attacked. Let's see what they went for. Wild Charge. Oh, they read the ally switch again. Okay. So they take a lot of chip. Life Orb on the Thundurus. Should go down to Play Rough, which is good. They went for Hailstorm. Okay, nice. So this should be into Thundurus. Okay, that's really good for me. I should... Oh, I didn't survive with the Hail survival, so I don't get rid of the screen. That's a little bit annoying. Okay. I thought I would be able to. Okay, that means I'm losing my Sash on my Diggersby. I mean... Still not that bad, realistically, here. Yeah, it's still not that bad, realistically. I imagine the Kyogre is in quick attack range after Dynamax is over. So I can go out into Diggersby here and probably just quick attack and play with combination. The problem is their I still haven't dealt with their Grimmsnarl yet, but I guess I still have like tools. If the Thunder switches out here, this is where it gets a little bit awkward. Like, that's where it gets a little bit awkward. We're gonna go for the Play Rough here into the Thundurus. Should pick up the knockout this range. And I guess I Foul Play too. I Foul Play the... No, I feel like Quick Attack should KO. It's a huge power Quick Attack. It's a huge power Quick Attack. You know what? I mean, the Kyogre is definitely bulky, I suppose. So I guess Foul Play is technically better. You know what? I'm going to Foul Play. I might as well. Nice. No Protect, so I get a Play Rough off into the Thundurus, which does pick up a knockout. If Quick Attack didn't KO, I guess this is the kind of a throw, but let's see. Yeah, okay, we are faster. I'm not surprised. The Kyogre seemed really bulky with the Reflect plus the how well it was taking the Max Lightning. So Kyogre goes down, so it's down to the last two. And I think all I have to do is get rid of the Grimmsnarl here, which the Grimmsnarl revealed Fake Out earlier, so this is not too bad for me here. I think my play is just to always go out into Shed here. No, it's just... No, it's Incineroar back. Oh, it's not Zacian. Okay, Grimmsnarl is the last. Huh. Is this an end game for Diggersby? It might be. I think I Protect here and I go out into Shed here. Well, that's actually... I mean, it's not... Zacian was a lot easier because all I had to do was target down the Grim and I won with Blade. But I guess this could be a actually pretty interesting endgame. So we protect our Zacian right here on the Fake Out. It's a Flare Blitz into the Shed. That's fine. Because I don't need Shed to win this game at all. What did the Grimmsnarl go for? Just a Foul Play then? Spirit Break into the Zacian. Okay. This end game is actually kind of rough. And depending on their Incineroar. It really comes down to their Incineroar right now. Okay. So we're going out into our Diggersby. I guess I could have just attacked with Zacian. I should have attacked with Zacian, actually. I didn't need Zacian to win the game at all. Okay, I want a Sacred Sword and I want an Earthquake. I guess if they Thunder Wave the Zacian, this is really scary. Yeah, if they Thunder Wave the Zacian, I guess that's a little bit scary, but I think it comes down to does Incineroar crit me too. I'm just gonna go for a Sacred Sword Earthquake into the Incin slot. They do Thunder Wave my Zacian, okay. If Diggersby's... Oh, Diggersby's gonna have to carry here. Diggersby's gonna have to carry because I'm KOing my own Zacian. Oh wait, I am faster. Oh yeah, because I got an Airstream with the Zacian earlier. Okay, yeah. That's why I felt like I was okay. All right. Earthquake comes out. No Shucker Berry on the Incin. Should KO to Reflect. Perfect. Okay. Now, as long as Spirit Break, as long as it's not Spirit Break, Sucker Punch, or crits me here, I should be fine. All right. Diggersby does KO the Incin. All right. All right. All right. Really good. It's actually crazy. They're not Shucker Berry on the Incin, which usually is the case, but not on this team, it looks like. All right. We Earthquake again. Let's see how much this Earthquake does, because depending on how much Earthquake does is going to determine a quick attack KOs the following turn. So Earthquake going to come out into Grimmsnarl and barely misses the knockout. Hail will get it though. We just got to live the Spirit Break with Diggersby though. Do we? We do. Okay, we would have lived the crit too actually, which is actually a bit more impressive than I thought. But Hail stops, but we have quick attack available, so we can dodge a Sucker Punch if it is Sucker Punch right here. And oh man, Diggersby actually coming in clutch. It came in clutch right here. I'm actually really surprised this is not Shuckerberry on the Incineroar, but I guess a lot of Sun teams have been kind of dropping recently, but who knows? Quick attack into the Grimmsnarl. Should seal it here. Quick attack will beat the Grimmsnarl before it can sucker punch crit me into oblivion, but ooh, okay, that got really scary. That got really scary. I think I should have attacked with Zacian earlier. That one Airstream boost. Remember how I said I wanted the Airstream boost on my Zacian? And then I forgot about it? And then... No, I didn't forget about it. That was just planned. That was realistically just planned. But realistically, I should have just attacked there. I think it was like really unlikely that he went for Fake Out Flare Blitz, I guess, combo into my Zacian right there. So I think I should have just attacked with Zacian. Just a Sacred Sword and Incineroar would have made this game a whole lot easier and a lot less read-based right there. But... potentially read based, I guess. If I got it, also dodged a Thunder Wave era chance on the third turn since it wasn't Shuckerberry, or not third turn, but you know, the turn that they went for Thunder Wave, I dodged a para, got the Sacred Sword off on the instant. If I was able to get a Sacred Sword off earlier, I didn't have to take that para chance because it wasn't Shuckerberry, so that could have been really nice. But overall, felt like it was a pretty strong spot for Shedinja. I didn't even need the Shedinja in the end game. Didn't even bring the Zacian. I was able to get like some really nice positioning, I think, against my opponent overall. Was able to deal with the Kyogre, and yeah, then Diggersby actually came in clutch during the end game, which I was not expecting, but it definitely worked out. And that is the show. Diggersby actually came into play multiple times. I was actually surprised how much we ended up bringing it, but wow, it was pretty, actually a lot of damage right there. I think it would have been better against a lot of the Calyx Shadow Rider teams. The Sash kind of a surprise because you would usually expect it maybe on the Torn or the Shedinja, but on the Diggersby, it caught by surprise, was able to survive hits and dish out some pretty decent damage. But if you did enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. Let me know what you thought about the team, and why not try it out yourself with the random code on your screen and the details of the team and the creator down below in the description. You can check out the rest of my Series 12 content where I use a lot of cool teams and a lot of fun Pokemon. But that's going to be it for me. Have a great day, people, and until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.